Liberal.
Progress is a slow process. And this is Truth is Strange Show. And it's all about your testimony, your truth, and your journey of healing. Time changes everything. I know time changes everything. And time got the power.
A wise man speaks because he has something to say, but a fool speaks because he has to say something.
At Coolio's journey on Truth is Strange Show.
Liberal.
My name is Collins, and I'm a businessman, and I deal with ladies wear, specifically shoes, and I've been doing this for quite a while, some time, and in the process of building myself, making the journey, I came to figure out it's not always about making money, it's about making networking, making friends, making business partners, and meeting new people, different people from all backgrounds, because in business you sell to everyone and anyone out there. So yeah, I'm the founder of Coolio Empire and Coolio's collection. And also in that Coolio's collection, there is a Coolio journey, Coolio's journey. Yeah, and this Coolio's journey I started 3 years ago when Corona hit, and that time it was a tough time for everyone, a tough time for me, for my friends, for our businesses, and during that process, it was so tough and so painful for me, because that's when I came to lose my shop due to some discrepancies about the shop, and the business was tough, and the owner decided to sell the building. So during this period, it was really challenging for me, and I figured out that's where I knew it was not only about business, because business can fail. But what cannot fail you are your friends, your networks, and your skills. Those are things that can never fail you, because people make mistakes. Let me not just say men, let me just say in overall, people make mistakes, and during those mistakes is when we learn. So when I started Coolio's journey, I wanted to show people that it's always good and it's always okay to face challenges, and I wanted to document that journey for how it came to be, of how my business started, and how I started everything. So that's when I coined it Coolio's journey, a branch of Coolio collection, but in a bigger purpose. So when we started that, it was like day by day. Actually, I'm a reader, and I love books, and I love reading. I love doing new things, and I love discovering myself, be it in business, be it in life, be it in anything that I set my mind and my heart to. So during this time when I started Coolio's journey, my first statement was never give up. Never give up. Yeah. My first statement, because I didn't know what to do that time. I just decided to say, let me say I never give up. Let me tell people never to give up out there, because if it was giving up, even me, I could have given up what I've built for so long. Because my work started at 2011. Yeah, 2011. That's when I started selling shoes, and it was a very good thing. It was a very good thing, because that time is when I finished from my Form 4, and I had nothing to do, waiting to go to school. So as I was doing it, my dad used to give me tasks for me to do. So during that time, he could pay me 50 shillings for washing his car. So those 50 shillings really made a difference that time, because I used to save those 50 shillings. And when it came to 1,000 bob, when it reached 1,000 bob, that's where I decided what am I going to do with this 1,000. Yeah. So I talked to my cousin, and my cousin was selling shoes, sneakers at Gikomba. So I went and talked to him and told him, what can I do? How can I invest this 1,000 shillings? That's when he told me, this 1,000 shillings, you can buy at minimum 2 pairs of shoes. And those 2 pairs of shoes, you can start selling them. I can start selling you, I can give you a space so that you start selling the shoes while you're waiting to do the next thing. So I took that 1,000 bob and we went with him. We selected some few shoes, and actually there were 2 pairs. Because even him, he was selecting his, but me, apparently I got 2 pairs of sneakers at 400 shillings each. So that was 800. I remained with 200 pair to take me back and to eat lunch that day and to come back the next day. So God willing, God was grateful. By the way, God has been very grateful to my journey, and I'm very grateful to him, because if it wasn't him, it could have been, I don't know how it could have been. Yeah. So that's when I started my work. And the next day when I came to my cousin's place where he works, I found out that he already sold the 2 shoes at 1,500 shillings each. So that one was already 3,000. So yeah. So I was like, okay, wow, this is amazing. Now that's when I realized I want to do business. As much as I want to continue to learn, I want to continue to educate myself, I want to do business. So in that 3,000, that's how the business started growing. The next thing I realized, I had almost 10 pairs. Yeah, and it was amazing. So one day my cousin told me, I want to take you somewhere where you're gonna grow yourself, you're gonna build yourself in business if that's what you want. So he had a friend named Tom, and my cousin's name is Washington. Yeah. And so his friend was Tom. Tom had a shop at Koja. Yeah, Koja Ngara that time. And that's where I started. That's where I started my journey. That's where I started everything that I am today. And when he took me to Koja that time, my shoes, okay, the pairs that I had still were at Gikomba. So when I was working for Tom, like his sales guy. And during that time is when I built myself, understanding women's shoes, understanding boots. By the way, that time, those people remember when Ngara was Ngara, it was where people knew Ngara for boots. Yeah, Koja for boots. They knew there was for boots. Yeah. So when I was selling for Tom, I used to get customers. Understand their taste, understand what they want, understand what they needed, what's in the market, what's trending. Yeah, and what I can say, that time I was, let me say, I can't say I was naive, but I was naive that time. So, but the thing that helped me was the integrity and knowing God, and being frank and honest with customers, because even Tom was a nice guy. He used to educate me and tell me, just be genuine with the customer, be genuine to build that trust. You know, at that time I didn't understand that, but later on I came to understand that. Yeah, I came to understand that that's the key thing to business. It's about integrity and loyalty. With those 2 things, you can go places. It's not always about making money. It's about relations. How you relate to how you relate to the clients, how you relate to the customers. And during that time, okay, it was challenging, but it was not that challenging for me because I was still living with my parents, you know. Yeah. So after some few months of hustling and getting money here and there, I decided that I wanted to move out, because if I move out, that's where I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna know how to pay my bills. I'm gonna know how to pay my rent. So when I moved out that time, and Tom also, it came to a point where he was struggling to pay the shop because, okay, you know how business goes. Sometimes it's challenging. So he decided, Coolio, now what we can do here, I'm gonna give you a space, and we're gonna cost share in paying the rent of the shop, and you can bring your shoes. So at that time still, my cousin used to handle my sneakers, because that time he was dealing with sneakers and me, I was dealing with sneakers. So that money that I was getting from those shoes, I started to transfer it in selling women's shoes, buying boots, understanding that time it was nice. When Kigomba was Kigomba, then people know then. It was, you could get a shoe of 200 shillings and sell it at 1,000 or 800 or 1,500. It depends on the client how they came. So when Tom gave me space, I used to build myself, knowing the clients.
You're watching Truth is Strange show.
Okay, to cut the long story short, I came to have a very long client list, and that time things were good. I did a lot of stuff, and that small shop that was there came to grow to a very big shop. And then Corona came, and everything happened. But yeah, so that time I switched on to online, and when I switch on to online, I usually want to remember where I've been. I'm a person who I always like to remember where I've been and what I've gone through, and I always want that to stick at the back of my mind, so that I know the mistake that I made, I don't make them again, and what I learned, I keep doing it, and what works, I do what works, and what doesn't work, I leave it. So it just started small. And my first Coolio's journey, okay, Coolio's journey is usually about a quote, what I've learned, what I've read, what I've seen, what I've witnessed, the challenges that I've faced, the success that I've made. I usually put it in a small quote and then post it on my WhatsApp, like Coolio's journey. So the first quote that I said was about ego. Okay, put your ego aside, your pride aside, and your fear aside, and start the journey and see what greatness lies ahead. So yeah, the ego that I had is because my shop was so big, and I lost it. I was like, I felt bad, and I felt this self-disgust and pain, and almost to depression. But the good thing that I did not fall into depression is because I have a very good supporting family. My sisters, my mother, my dad, my cousins. Okay, they encouraged me, and yeah, that's why I did not fall off the wagon. Yeah, so it was nice, and so that was my first quote. And the moment I posted that first quote, my clients were like, okay, this is a very good thing that you have started. Just keep on continuing. And that thing really built me up. Those small statements that my clients told me, it really built me up. And I got the courage, and I started doing it. I started reading more, investing my time in reading, seeing what people say, see what the challenges I face, learn from people. And that's how Coolio's journey has been. It's always a quote related to what people are facing daily. I post it on WhatsApp. Before I post my shoes, I start with that one and then post my shoes, because I want Coolio's journey to be the process, because I know I'm going far, and I know the journey is so long, and it's never over until it's over. And the day we rest, that's when it's over. We rest in peace, that's when the day is over. So yeah, as I started it, and I know what I don't know what I'm doing, but I rely on God. I rely on God. I rely on my friends. I rely on what I learn. I rely on my intellect. I rely on other people's intellect, because I love input so that I give output. Yeah, the more input I take, the more output I take. It's like a flow. It's a flow. Yeah, it should enter, and you give what you learn, you give to other people. Yeah, for free. That's how we learned. So yeah. So when I started this Coolio's journey, I want people to see, people to witness, yeah, that what it takes to build yourself up is not about hiding, because so many people who are successful, they never tell you how they are successful. But me, I usually say outright, success comes with a healthy spiritual life and a good mental health. You should be okay. You should be spiritually healthy, mentally healthy, and financially healthy, because financial health is not about having much money in your pocket. It's about making do with what you have, being content with what you have. Yeah, because contentment first kills desperation. What conquers desperation is contentment. So being contentment, that's financial health, spiritual health, mental health. If you have those three things, I don't think there is nothing that can stand in your way, because you're gonna make it, and you're gonna have what it takes. So that's how I came up with Coolio's journey, and I wanted to touch lives, because at the end of the day, as I do my business, as I sell my shoes, I want that part of that business to touch people's life, to be able to connect with people out there, to be able to empower people who want to build themselves and they don't know how to do it, because sometimes people have the ideas but they don't know how to exercise it, they don't know how to implement it, and they are very good ideas, better than even those people with big businesses, but how to build themselves, they don't know that. So it's always good to start where you are, start small, and build yourself, build the capacity, and by doing this is interacting with people. Interact with so different people. Don't just be someone who says, oh, I will interact with a certain social life of people, those people who have made it. Even those people who haven't made it, they still got the skill, they still got the intellect, they still got what they need to do. And I find it so good and so fulfilling, learning from different types of people. Yeah, learning from different types of people. The incapacitated ones, the people who made it, the people who because there are those people who have made it but they failed. That's why they came down. And if you learn from that, the mistake that they made, you can perfect so that you don't do what they did. Yeah. So I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna keep ahead, keep pushing. And I'm very grateful for my friend here, Bernard. And even him is doing a very good job, because the perfect thing always start like a joke or like something that is not there. But so long as you has the zeal to do it, so long as you are so determined and so focused, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So I'll light you some few quotes in the background, and you will see that's what I usually do, and those are the type of shoes that I usually sell. And if you wanna contact me, my number will be there. Yeah, 0702 61 85 66. That's my business line, and you will get me through that, and support my hustle, support my people here, support Bernard here, who is doing a very good job, because even me, through this, I'm supporting him. Nice. And yeah, so we support each other to build each other up, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Yeah, because life is a process, and what I came to realize is, in this life, if you skip a process, you're gonna come back until you learn that process again. Yeah. There is no skipping a process, and money doesn't come. Making money is not the aim. The aim is about building yourself first. If you build yourself by building yourself, you're gonna make a fortune out of building yourself, because you're gonna get skills, you're gonna get the intellect, you're gonna get the wisdom, you're gonna get the understanding, you're gonna get the ideas that you need to pull it off. But if you don't build yourself, money will just come and pass you. Yeah, it will come, but it will still pass you. And above everything else, what I want to say is that God first. God first.
God first.
God first. That me, I'd never start anything without praying about it. I need to pray about it first before I start, because God is everything. Yeah. And as much as you may not know, for you to make it to where you want to be, you're going to have to make it first. Conquer first the spiritual life. Conquer the business spiritually first. Then when you're going to implement it physically. And thank you, Bernard, and may God bless you. God bless you, viewers, and follow his channel, and you're gonna see some wonderful things, because he's doing a very good job. Yeah, so that's where I finish, and may God bless you, the viewers who are there, and may it be good to you, and just have it all good. Thank you.
Gold is tested by fire, woman is tested by gold, man is tested by woman and suffering. Use medicine as well as prayers. A healthy man wants 1,000 things. A sick man only wants one. A wise man speaks because he has something to say, but a fool speaks because he has to say something. If you keep borrowing money, you are only robbing yourself and you're robbing your future. Be content with what you earn, no matter how small.
No matter